What's your name?
Jared.
All right. We're starting off with the skull. The bottom bone, the jawbone, this is the mandible. The top jaw, this is the maxilla. Going to the cheekbones, the zygomatic bones on both sides. Then you go up higher, you have the frontal bone, which is the whole forehead. Going to the side, you have the temporal bones around the ear, and then on the side of the big part of the head, you have the two parietal bones. Going to the back, you have the occipital bone with the transverse suture, which goes down the middle, connecting these two bones. The coronal suture connecting the frontal bone, and then the lambdoidal suture connecting the occipital bone. All right, now we're going on to the torso. We have the foramen magnum at the base of the skull, which is where the spinal cord passes through. We have the 7 cervical vertebrae. The top one, C1, being the atlas vertebrae. Jared, shake your head yes for me.
Yeah.
No, shake your head yes. That's what the atlas vertebrae does. Then you have
sick.
C2, the axal vertebrae. Jared, shake your head no for me. That's what that does.
Oh, hell yeah.
Now, moving down to the thoracic spine. You have 12 thoracic vertebrae, each with ribs attached to them. And you have the lumbar spine with 5.
Really?
You have 12 pairs of ribs in total, 7 true ribs, which are all connected to cartilage, which is connected to your sternum. You have 5 false ribs, which are indirectly connected to your sternum through the cartilage. And then you have 2 pairs of floating ribs, which are not connected to the sternum at all. Which, speaking of the sternum, you have the manubrium, which is the top part of your sternum. This is where your clavicles connect.
Really?
You have the body of the sternum, which is the main chunky part, and then the zygoid process, which is where your membranes and stuff connect to, because it's a process. All right, so another part of the spine is the sacrum. This is the big chunky bone, which is 5 fused vertebrae all together, leading down to the coccyx, which is about 3 to 5 vertebrae, fused vertebrae, which it depends on how many you have. Now, moving down to the hips, you have the ilium, which is the big round piece of the hips that stick out. You have the ischium, the sit bones. Those are more towards the back of the hips. And then you have the pubis bone, which sits at the front. Hard to see because he has baggy pants. But the first long bone of the leg, this is the femur. The femur is connected to the hips with a ball and socket joint, which allows for a lot of mobility. You going down, you have the patella, which is the kneecap. And then even further than that, you have, you have the fibula, which is the lateral portion of the shin bones, and then the tibia, which is more of the shin bone. This is the bigger bone that sits on the medial side of the leg. Going down to the feet, you have the tarsals. These are the big chunky bones in the ankles. The metatarsals, which these are the longer bones inside of your foot. And then you have the phalanges in each foot, where in each toe actually. You have 3 in all your toes, except your big toe, you have 2. Moving on to the arms, we have the clavicle, the collarbone, which connects to your manubrium, your sternum. This is actually the only point where your arm bones fully attach to the parts of your axial skeleton. So, you have the clavicle. In the back, your shoulder blades, these are your scapulas, which kind of slide across your back. You have your humerus, the long bone of your upper arm connected to your body with the ball and socket joint, which allows for a lot of mobility. You have your, stick out your arm. You have your radius, which is on the thumb side of the arm. And then you have your ulna, which is so it's on the medial portion of your arm. And these twist over each other to allow for your arms to twist. You have your carpals, which are the chunky wrist bones. You have your metacarpals, which are the longer bones of your hand. And you have your phalanges, which you have 3 for each digit except your thumb, where you only have 2.